Okay, guys, I want to talk about this topic. Well, I would just say this is something that I feel like is the harsh truth about the reality of someone's gender identity and someone's biological reality, and why protections for sex are going to exclude someone's gender identity. And basically, the reason this impacts women is because someone's identity as a woman pretty much being protected, and we're saying we protect that by just allowing this person to well, let me start from the beginning. So basically, I made a video saying why aren't women allowed spaces that are female only, which is essentially a protection of their biological sex, not their gender identity. They're not saying it's based off of your gender identity. They said it's based off of biological sex. So we want females to be able to have their own spaces where they can feel comfortable, yada yada yada. And that was the video, which is basically my response to the woman who wanted a gym, a female only gym. Like, are we saying female only spaces are just not allowed anymore? Which I feel like is a crazy thing. Why aren't women? It's like women literally fought to have female only spaces. Women have had female only spaces based off of their biological sex for the longest time. Women fought for women's right to vote. When we were fighting for women's rights to vote, was it based off of someone identifying as a woman or them being a biological sex female? This is why I said, like, the trans issue kind of deteriorates feminism. And the problem is there is no logic in gender identity. It is not based in reality. It's based in feelings and thoughts. And you can't regulate feelings and thoughts. You just can't, objectively. No trans woman can ever tell you how they define womanhood. And how they do define womanhood is always subjective. It's never this objective measure of what is a woman. I watched someone give a debate where they were like, oh, a woman is anyone who, I guess it was like, those annoying people, Parker and Dean, basically tried to define a woman. And then he says, oh, well, I changed the definition of woman based off of what feeds my argument. So it's just like you just make up whatever a woman is in order to have a better argument. But he basically tried to say, this is the entire premise of where I've been coming from. I am not a woman because of my gender identity. I am a woman because of my biological sex. I could give a rat's tail about gender norms, cultural norms surrounding my gender. That is not what makes me a woman. That is not how I identify as a woman because of societal gender norms. I don't care. I don't care about that at all. I'm not claiming I'm a woman because I like makeup. I'm not claiming I'm a woman because I like pink. I'm not claiming I'm a woman because I have breasts. Well, I'm not claiming I'm a woman because I have big boobs. None of those things are what makes me a woman. What makes me a woman is my biological sex, which is based off of my sex chromosomes, being XX. And pretty much, if you have a Y chromosome, you are a male. That never changes. Being a female means you do not have a Y chromosome. That is what distinguishes a biological male from a biological female. The distinguishing factor is the Y chromosome. Women don't have Y chromosomes. A biological female does not have a Y chromosome, will never have a Y chromosome, genetically cannot have a Y chromosome and be a female. That's the whole, I guess, piece of it. And it's just like, the more people ignore biology, like the biological reality of sex, the more crazy and delusional a lot of the arguments get. And that's why we're in the society we live in now, because people would rather cater to someone's feelings than the biological reality. And then the people who are paying the consequences are those who are living in objective reality. Because why are we telling women they have to be okay with males, biological males, being in their spaces? We have to be okay with biological males playing women's sports. Because I'm not ignoring the biological reality of someone being male or female, because I don't identify based off of my gender. My gender identity is not what I am fighting for protections for. So people whose identity as a woman is not based in their gender is saying, my identity, I don't identify as a woman, I am one based off of my biological sex. It's like, if we have these two different definitions of woman going on in this world, where one is just a woman is anyone who identifies as a woman. The dumbest definition I've ever heard. Quite literally no objective definition, just, oh, a woman is anyone who wants to be one. I don't know. The annoying thing about all of this is, like, are we redefining what a man is? And I honestly think a big part of the conversations around this is like the biological differences between male and female